The gods and goddesses of Hindu religion were not just letters of mythological stories, but they were such powers which existed on earth in an invisible form, in an invisible place, at an invisible time, and many of those powers are present among us even today, but they are not visible to anyone. We are talking about Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is one of the three main deities of Hinduism: Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. It is mentioned in our religious texts that Lord Shiva still resides on Mount Kailash. It is said that Lord Shiva uses Mount Kailash to live secretly among all of us, and we are not talking about this in the air. In this video, we will show you many such proofs that you will also believe this truth till the end of this video, that the existence of Lord Shiva is still on Mount Kailash. Please watch the video completely before commenting on anything. On one side of the earth is the North Pole, and on the other side is the South Pole. The Himalayas are located in the middle of these two, and the center of the Himalayas is Mount Kailash, which is a very holy mountain for thousands and millions of people. Mount Kailash, located in West Tibet, is about 22,000 feet above sea level. Even on the way to Amarnath Yatra, you can see this mountain. This mountain is completely straight and looks like a pyramid. You may not know, but Mount Kailash is not only for Hinduism, but it is also a very holy place for three other religions. Four major religions originated here: Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Taoism. People of Jainism believe that Rishabh Dev, the first Tirthankar or savior of their religion, had attained nirvana on Mount Kailash. People of Buddhism believe that Demchok, who was the incarnation of Lord Buddha, was also residing on Mount Kailash. In 1907, thousands of such manuscripts were found in the caves of Western China, which were built between 500 BC and 1500 AD. In this manuscript related to Buddhism, a picture was found, which was of Mount Meru. Mount Meru is the one which is not only holy in Buddhism, but also in Hinduism. It is believed that this Mount Meru is the way to heaven, and Mount Meru is the representation of Mount Kailash. Now let's talk about the old cultures, their claims. Now let's talk about today's science, with which the truth of the claims made thousands of years ago can be tested. Axis mundi is an astronomical term like a black hole. Astronomers believe that there is a place called Axis mundi on Earth, where the Earth and the sky meet each other. Now, how can it be that what has been said thousands of years ago, today's astronomers are also doing the same thing? Now, those who will say that there can be no place like Axis mundi, and it was done by astronomers, this is a hollow claim. So tell them that the black hole was also considered only an imagination for many decades. But recent research has proven the existence of the black hole. Similarly, according to space science, there should be such a place on Earth where the Earth and the sky meet each other. If this claim of science is compared to those claims that have been made in the ancient Vedas about Mount Kailash, then it proves that Mount Kailash is the place where the sky and the Earth meet each other. Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world, which has been climbed by thousands of people so far. But the surprising thing is that no one has been able to climb Mount Kailash at a height of less than 2,000 meters from Mount Everest. In fact, the oxygen level on Mount Kailash is much better than Mount Everest, but still no one has been able to reach its peak. According to Hinduism, Mount Kailash is considered to be the home of Lord Shiva. It is said that Lord Shiva lives on the top of Mount Kailash. For those who consider this mountain to be sacred, it is a sin to step on its slope. And it is said that whoever ignored this fact, he never returned from this mountain. Dr. Ernst Muldashev was a famous Russian eye surgeon, and he had done 21 experiments in some dangerous places in the world. In 1999, he stayed with his research team on Mount Kailash for about a month and studied the structure of this mountain. He had made a very interesting discovery about this mountain in his book. He claimed that the peak of Mount Kailash looks exactly like a pyramid created by humans, and this peak of Mount Kailash is not natural, but is made by a human or some other force. He even claimed that there could be a big city in this pyramid, that is, inside Mount Kailash. We can't tell you how true his claims are, but a scientist who has nothing to do with Hinduism, he also claims the same in his research, which has been talked about in our Vedas. So can it be true that Dr. Ernst Muldashev said that the man or force that made Mount Kailash was Lord Shiva? If we look at Mount Kailash carefully, then this seems to be true to a large extent. Mount Kailash really looks like a step pyramid to a large extent, although China also does not allow climbing this mountain. But so far, on the way to China, many researchers have tried to climb this mountain and have also conducted a lot of research. People who have tried to climb it have said that there are many unique views to be seen here. People say that there is a different feeling of energy in this place. Many people have even claimed that while living in this place, nails and hair grow very fast. Only one man has ever been able to climb the top of this mountain, and that too, 900 years ago. It is said that a Buddhist monk named Milarepa was successful in climbing the peak of Mount Kailash. Milarepa was a great tantric of Tibetan history, and he was the only man to reach the peak of Mount Kailash. It is said that after reaching this mountain, he had acquired a lot of divine powers. The biggest problem in climbing any mountain is the lack of oxygen. As the altitude rises from the sea level, the pressure of the air begins to decrease, and the amount of oxygen in the air also decreases. The height of Mount Everest is 8,848 meters, and oxygen there is 2/3 less than oxygen at sea level. Despite such difficult conditions, more than 4,000 people have conquered Mount Everest so far, and about 800 people reach its peak every year. On the other hand, the height of Mount Kailash is 6,638 meters, which is less than Mount Everest. Despite this, no one has ever been able to reach its peak. Why can't people climb it despite having a better oxygen level than Mount Everest? After a special limit while climbing Mount Kailash, some such incidents start happening as if this mountain is warning us to go back. The cold suddenly increases. The weather also starts changing. In such a situation, the one who ignored this warning did not return from this mountain. So should we believe what is written in our religious texts, that Lord Shiva still resides on Mount Kailash? So should we also believe that Lord Shiva uses Mount Kailash to live secretly among all of us? Or should we believe that Lord Shiva uses Mount Kailash to guide mankind and help them when needed? According to ancient stories, even today Mahadev, or the Lord Shiva, is present on the earth. And the evidence also says that Mount Kailash is not a natural structure, but is a residence of Lord Shiva made of divine power. If you liked the video, please like it and subscribe to our channel to watch upcoming videos.